Okay, so we are going to solve this division problem using a draw a diagram strategy. And so once you have read this question, you realize that you are talking about two different fish here. We have a permit fish and a tarpon fish. So we want to compare everything that we're going to talk about in this problem to the one permit fish. And in this case, really only talking about another fish, the tarpon, which is 10 times as great as the permit fish. So that means that we are going to take or draw, I have already drawn the boxes, one box for the permit fish. Everything's always going to come down to that one permit fish. And anytime you're going to use the draw diagram strategy for a division problem, you always want to compare it to the one thing that they're talking about in the question. So you're supposed to label your labels here, permit and tarpon, and then the first one should always have just one box. You should always have the one box for the one item that you're talking about. And in this case, how many boxes do we need for the tarpon? We need 10 boxes because that is 10 times as great as the original permit fish. So I'm going to try and speed this up a little faster. 3. This takes a lot of time, sorry. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Probably drawing would be a little quicker. Okay, so I'm going to look at the total weight that they both represent, and in this case it is 132. So I'm going to write 132 is the total weight of both of them. And therefore, I know that 132 is going to be my dividend in this division problem. And the divisor is going to be the total amount of boxes that I have in all in this entire diagram, which in this case is 11. Okay, then I'm going to do my division. And I know my division sentence is 132 divided by 11. And if I go ahead and do that math, I'm going to get 12. Okay, and when you get your answer, you should put your answer in the boxes. Each one of the boxes is going to represent the quotient to this division problem. And you should label them all. That will help you answer any questions later on that they may ask pertaining to this particular question. So this now tells us the permit fish weighs 12 pounds, obviously, we do know that, but we can now total up how many pounds the tarpon fish is. So we have 10 boxes for the tarpon fish, right? So we got 10 boxes here. And each box is 12 pounds. So that tells us that the tarpon is 120 pounds. Okay, so now in this question, we have 3 different types of fish that we are comparing the weights of. And we have a total poundage of weights to be 108 pounds for all 3. And so now we need to create the diagram and draw the boxes for each one of these. If you notice in the question, Dana's red snapper is the one that we are comparing to. And so that is the one that we have to create the first box for. So again, the first one should always have that one box. And if you read in the question further, you'll see that the tuna is 3 times as great as that red snapper. So we want to go ahead and draw 3 boxes. And then the sailfish, Murray caught a sailfish with a weight of 12 times as great as the weight of the red snapper. So we have to draw 12, and I'm just going to go ahead and draw a long bar. Sometimes that makes it easier when you have to create a lot of boxes. We want to create 12 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. It's not the most even and neat boxes that we've created here, or that I've created, but I'm starting to still get used to this pen. But we have 12 there. Okay, so total, they all weigh 208 pounds. Okay, so again, I know that's going to be the dividend in my division sentence. Okay, now what is the divisor? Like I said before, you're going to add up all of the boxes that are represented in this diagram. So we have 12 boxes for the sailfish, we have 3 boxes for the tuna, and 1 for the red snapper. So that's a total of 16 boxes. So I go off to the side and I do my actual division. You could do your long division because you do have a double-digit divisor here. If you go through that, you should get 13. So my answer is 13. And now I know the red snapper is 13. So each box is going to represent 13, which is my quotient. Okay, I'm going to fill in each box with the number 13, so that helps you answer any further questions about this diagram, or you could use this diagram to help answer any further questions. Okay, so the question does ask, how much does the tuna weigh? And really all you have to do now is just go back and look at the tuna in this diagram and notice you have 3 13s. You have 3 boxes that represent 13 each. So this answer is just simply going to be 13 times 3, which we know is 39. So a tuna weighs 39 pounds.